Here's a brief recap of everything that happened in Fortnite's storyline during the month of April 2026. At the beginning of the month, we received a new update, and one of the new cosmetics was a wrap with Geno's chest insignia on it and multiple never-before-seen Oathbound runes. This wrap seems to be beginning the build-up teasing Geno's return to the storyline after all these years. In a new story loading screen, we learned that the Foundation was actively combating the Ice King, the Visitor was actively stalking Voidwalker Lynx, and Hope was working on the Seven's tech while the Order was going through the statuses of the Seven. The first of which was her sister, the Imagined, who Amy revealed is deceased, confirming that the Imagined's return in Vibin was retconned and she died after falling into the 0 point in the collision event. The second status update was on the Origin, who was lost to the Chrome. In dialogue with the Foundation, we learned that the Seven do not want the 0 point to be rebuilt, as its full power when assembled is too dangerous in anyone's hands. On April 11th, the Dark Harvester rifted into Reality Unknown, otherwise known as Fortnite OG. This marked the very first time a completely new event has taken place in OG. A couple days later, the Dark Harvester rifted out of that reality. It was revealed that the Dark Voyager arrived in OG a bit too early, implying that he will return at a later date. On April 16th, the Dark Harvester arrived in Save the World's reality, fully establishing the connection between Battle Royale and Save the World stories. According to the mode's story quests, Dark Voyager had arrived in that reality in search of the final Zero Shard. However, it was to no avail. On April 20th, the Elite Stronghold Reload map was released. We learned that the map takes place in Reality 337 and was formerly under the control of the Imagined Order. But the craziest thing of all is that there is a cube mine in this reality, revealing that the cubes are made of a cubic ore. Aside from that, it turned out that the Elites were in possession of the final Zero Shard, and 5 days later, the Dark Voyager had arrived to retrieve it. On April 30th, we received the status update on the Scientist, which Amy struggled to read, but confirmed he was lost to the Chrome. Lastly, following Dark Voyager's attack on the Elite Stronghold, some of the buildings, along with Elite Zadie herself, had rifted on to Golden Coast Island. And that wraps it up. Come back next month for the May 2026 lore recap. But until then,